What's going on, everybody? Bobby Morales of the Sports Hub here, delivering the latest edition of the Verbal 3-Point Shootout. I take a topic that is relevant in the sports world today, and I deliver 3 points on the subject to you, hoping to spark some conversation and definitely encourage feedback. Today, I'll talk about the topic that is sweeping the nation, a rampant epidemic of linsanity. I know that I am linsane in the membrane and ecstatic that the Knicks are finally linning. So hopefully that success continues. But with that said, let's get into the points. My first being that for the naysayers who said that Jeremy Lin wasn't the real deal, it talked about his first few games and success coming against subpar opponents in the New Jersey Nets, Utah Jazz, and finally the Washington Wizards. Well, I like to think that he silenced some of those critics with a huge, epic performance against the Los Angeles Lakers in the mecca of basketball. Not only did they come away with the win, but his stats were off the charts. 38 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. Kobe Bryant claimed that he didn't know who Lin was before the game. I bet you he sure as heck knows who he is now. It's so wonderful, especially as a Knicks fan, to see Kobe Bryant frustrated in the Garden where he's tormented us fans for so long, but he had a dismal shooting performance until he got hot in the fourth quarter. But ultimately, Lin was a star of the show, and chance of MVP raining down on him. He got the last laugh as the Knicks picked up the victory, and Paul Gasol and Andrew Bynum, all-stars in their own right, but did not have the answer for Jeremy Lin. A great team effort for the Knicks and a wonderful performance. The critics now, you've got your formidable opponent that he's now performed well against. And if you take a look at his first 4 starts in the NBA, he's up there with some elite players. In fact, he's outperformed them. 109 points and 33 assists for Jeremy Lin in his first 4 starts. That is better than Isaiah Thomas, Magic Johnson, and John Stockton. All 3 guys, Hall of Famers. Lin has outperformed them in his first 4 starts. That's some heavy-duty company right there. Perhaps he deserves some credit at this point. Moving on to point number 2. Everybody wants to know what's going to happen once Carmelo Anthony and Amari Stoudemire return to the lineup. A lot of analysts seem to be talking about Carmelo being the star of this team and not needing to change his game. Other people are going to have to do it instead. Honestly, I disagree with that. I think that while everyone is going to have to make some adjustments to a certain degree in order to make this ship sail, the biggest adjustment will ultimately have to come from Carmelo Anthony. Because if he wants to get out of the first round for the first time in his career and finally make it to that championship level and win it like he's always preaching about, he's certainly going to have to put the actions behind those statements to back it up. And I think it starts with adjusting, because after all, Jeremy Lin is causing this team to score 11 points more per 48 minutes with him in the lineup. The shooting percentage is up 5%. The team as a whole is playing with confidence. The ball is flowing. The movement is excellent. And ultimately, everyone is flourishing in their role because Lin, as a savvy point guard, is getting the ball to them in great positions to score. So I think Anthony will have to get comfortable and accept the fact that he may have to work without the ball a little bit more often than he likes to. But ultimately, I think it will be advantageous to the team. And that's not to say that he can't go one-on-one ever. Certainly, all the elite players on the elite teams throughout the years, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade, Michael Jordan, all of them had plenty of their isolation plays in order to take it to their defenders, but they always did it within the flow of the offense and within the team concept. That is certainly something I think that Carmelo has to do. Not worried about Amari. He flourished with Steve Nash in Phoenix, and also last year in the first half of the year playing at an MVP level with Raymond Felton before the trade that sent Felton to Denver. People forget that Stoudemire was scoring 30 plus points. He did so in 9 straight games, and that was in the same exact pick and roll offense that's working for the Knicks right now. So I think that he'll adjust very easily, but it remains to be seen whether they can all click as a whole, and Carmelo will certainly have to make what I think will be the biggest adjustments of all. And finally, if, and certainly it's a big if, Baron Davis does come back and is motivated and remains healthy for the rest of the year, I do believe that he'll be better suited at this point, coming in a reserve role and spelling Jeremy Lin as well as Shumpert and Landry Fields for his playing time. Not only is Lin a lot younger than he is, but he's certainly healthy right now, and he's established a rapport and a chemistry with this squad that can't really be spoken of enough. You just can't sacrifice the chemistry and the flow of this team right now for someone who may or may not be able to get his game back and the flow of the offense since he's been out for so long. That's not to say he can't contribute well. I think he will, but I think it'll be better served in a 15 to 18 minutes per game role. Spelling some of the other guards who are younger, healthier, and certainly clicking on all cylinders at the moment. So definitely want to see Baron Davis get healthy. I think it could be an intricate part of this team once he comes back. But I'd like to see D'Antoni bring him off the bench and not lose sight of what Lin is able to do for this offense. So that does it for the verbal three-point shootout. Definitely welcome all the feedback we can get. I'd like to hear from you. And hopefully the Knicks can keep this Linston offense continuing.